So, the fake news network has recently been outed as threatening to dox a private citizen for the crime of posting a humorous GIF. How they justify this deplorable action is fascinating. Let's watch.
Okay, so the Reddit user behind the Trump CNN body slam video is apologizing, and not just for the video. There was offensive content in this man's kind of whatever, locker box of Reddit and his website. And this comes after CNN was able to identify the user, tried to contact him. So let's
be clear here. The only thing this Reddit user did that enraged CNN enough to go after him was create a humorous GIF mocking CNN. Whatever questionable content he had previously posted didn't matter to CNN prior to this, and to point it out is merely a pathetic, transparent dodge. His only crime was mocking his superiors at CNN, and for this you went after him. It's absolutely disgusting.
So let's discuss the impact of this. We've got CNN politics reporter and editor-at-large Chris Cillizza and CNN media analyst Bill Carter. So there are a lot of issues to unpack here, right? CNN...
Actually, there are not a lot of issues to unpack here. The only issue is the ethics of a multi-billion-dollar corporation threatening a private citizen.
CNN is not identifying this man.
Right.
But CNN reserves the right to do so if he mocks CNN again.
Right.
Why? Because in part he apologized.
Yes.
He said that this was a mistake. Not this video all by itself.
No.
What do we know about what this man was doing, and what do you make of the decision of CNN not to say anything?
And what he was doing was vile. I mean, an awful lot.
This man did nothing as vile as the blackmail you are currently engaging in, you sanctimonious asshole.
I mean, an awful lot of this stuff was anti-Semitic, racist. He put up a chart of everybody at CNN that was Jewish. He was obviously not a prankster. People are defending it. Well, this was just a joke. And
it was just a joke. The only reason you're talking about this guy is because he made a joke about CNN. Everything else you're saying right now is just bread and circuses.
And they're saying it's a teen.
Yes,
it
they're
is
saying
not
a teenager.
a teen.
Right.
No.
Look at that smug look on Cuomo's face. He actually thinks he's making a good point here. His age is irrelevant. It just would have been way worse if he was 15 years old.
Right.
No, we can confirm it's not a kid.
It's not a kid. So, I mean, you can argue that CNN is actually protecting this guy because if
You could only argue this if you're an idiot. CNN is the blackmailer here. It's CNN who went after this guy. Blackmailers do not protect people. They threaten people in order to get something from the victim, you moron.
Because if you revealed his name, what he did was really vile and nasty, and I think he would be subject
CNN
Oh,
to
absolutely.
ridicule.
No, well, I mean, I think that we're protecting his safety.
Yes.
Honestly, the stupidity is actually painful to listen to.
Yes.
That CNN is protecting his safety
Yes.
because...
Is that our job?
It's not
I
our,
think
it's
that
not
if
the
we
job,
can-
but I mean, the
Should we
sequence
if
is
we
interesting.
can?
The sequence is interesting. He apologized supposedly before CNN. He contacts then CNN,
Yeah.
but he probably
Bullshit. No one believes that.
But he probably had heard or sensed that he was about to be found out.
Yeah.
The word is doxed. I know you don't want to say it because you don't want to admit the evil that you're a part of, you disingenuous hack.
But now, interestingly, his apology, which he then posts, gets removed from Reddit. Why does it get removed from Reddit? Because they don't want this. They don't want people to apologize for this behavior. They want to be able to defend this kind of behavior.
I think that that's real.
I can't speak for Reddit, but I suspect the reason they removed the apology is because the Reddit community knows it was made under threat. What's more, they are gearing up to return fire at CNN, which you fools seem utterly unaware of. Hell is coming your way, kids, and I can't wait to watch and eat
I
popcorn.
think that that's really notable, Bill, because, I mean, this is what I thought was remarkable, Chris, was that we saw somebody who was a troll apologize, you know? We wish that they would...
He apologized because he was threatened. My God, how can you be this dumb?
We wish that they wouldn't do it, obviously, to begin with.
Right.
The racist stuff is repugnant, obviously, but...
And irrelevant.
But it went to the next level where some humanity snuck in accidentally somehow. And here's what...
Maybe it wasn't accidental.
Well, look,
Yeah,
I mean, it
yeah.
snuck in, okay?
Yeah.
However it got there, all right? And so here's what he said.
Some humanity snuck in. Honestly, look at that guy on the left. CNN's feelings were hurt, and they're treating their bullying like it's a victory. Unbelievable.
Here's what he said. Let me read it. I would also like to apologize for the posts made that were racist, bigoted, and anti-Semitic. I am in no way this kind of person. I would never support any kind of violence or actions against others simply for what they believe in, nor would I carry out any violence against anyone based upon that or support anyone who did.
I can't wait for CNN's apology. Even left-wing sites like Vox find CNN's actions unconscionable.
Did one more thing, Chris, before I let you speak, because this is important. He talks about his own motivation. I was trolling and posting things to get a reaction on Reddit, and I never meant any of the hateful things I said in those posts. This is our world.
Yes.
I really don't think you, living in your media bubble, understand our world at all. If you did, you would understand that even big media companies like CNN can no longer control the narrative. When you attack the public can now fire back. When are you going to get that through your thick skulls?
Yes.
People are doing this for sport and fun, and I think that when somebody apologizes, it's just a moment that we should note.
People are noting it. They are noting what assholes you are.
I think worth noting as well, though, there's a difference between apologizing and sort of being broadly forgiven for doing something that was not a one-off, as we've talked about before on the show today. This was not a one-off. Bill notes. I mean, he had done things like this in the past. I think it is a wider lens into a number of people who, and I take him at his word here, who do not understand, and some people do understand this, but who do not understand that doing things on the internet for and about people have real implications.
Yes.
Once again, I feel compelled to note, this private citizen made a humorous GIF, and there will be consequences, just not the consequences you expect.
Yes.
That, you can't just do this stuff and say, like, oh, I never knew it would hurt anyone. I mean, it's like going on television and attacking someone ad hominem and saying, oh, why would anyone be offended by that? Do people watch television? I mean, that's it doesn't take away from, yes, I think you make the right point, Allison, which is apologizing for this kind of content is better than not apologizing for this kind of content.
But at the same time, there is when you're exposed, and there's a lot of stuff on this person's site. You're not a bigot by accident.
Yeah.
Honestly, I find it amazing that Cuomo's brain can generate enough power to move that body. It's astonishing.
Yeah.
But, whatever. You want to be big-hearted about it, that's fine. And CNN's not exposing his identity. The president...
I honestly can't watch these idiots anymore. The bottom line that CNN can't hide from is that they went after a private citizen whose sole crime was producing a GIF that mocked them. This is why the president was never more correct than when he said,
You are fake news. Go ahead.